Hey everybody. Hope everybody had a pretty good weekend. And not too bad start of the week either. This week's gonna be pretty exciting for games anyway. There's Horizon and then the Switch on Friday. Although I'm probably gonna have to wait until Monday for mine, but that's alright. Okay, let's switch over to Unity. Alright, so last week we were working on the lobby interface, and we finished the turn order selection, so we gotta do the mod list now. Let's see. I'm gonna open up our little plan for the interface. So it takes a little bit for Inkscape to load up. Okay, so yeah, we mostly need to work on this part below, down here. So I guess the main thing is this list of mods. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how we'll do this in Unity. I know that you can do scrollable windows, so that's useful. But I guess first we should start off by deciding how we'll do this part. Alright, so let's make a new object here. Okay, so they have a scroll view. That's useful. Okay, so it just uses like a mask. Okay, and so anything inside that the child looks like it gets hidden by the mask, so that's good to know. Don't really need a horizontal. Okay. Alright, well, looks not too difficult actually. Oh, well, let me turn it off. Okay, I guess it does that because there's nothing inside. So let's just put in a bunch of buttons just to kind of see how it works. Oh, there's a bunch of buttons in there. Does it have the scroll bar? Oh, well. That's one problem. Let's move this out just so we can test it. Oh, actually, probably should move this whole thing. Okay. Works, but now the scroll bar is all messed up. Let's see, maybe I messed it up by deleting the horizontal. That's weird, it's got two. So I'll just put that there for now, and then we'll delete this old one. Okay. Alright, so that works. Yeah, so I guess the horizontal scroll bar will just, even though it's in, like the object exists, it won't ever load if we don't have anything that's wide enough, so that's fine. Well, that's pretty easy to use actually. Okay, well, pretty much figured out that already, so let's create, I guess we'll do the mod list basically like this, and each mod will be one button. Well, let's see, we'll need, and I guess when you click the button it'll be marked as selected up here. I'm not really trying to make the UI look great right now, just trying to make something functional. Alright, so let's do the scroll view, let's move it. If you switch to the rect mode, you can drag the width as well. Let's get rid of these copies. Okay, so I did that because now it'll anchor to the top. So that way when we change the... Oh, it doesn't work how I expected. See, I'm trying to get it to only expand Okay, well now it works. I think it's because I had the pivot in the middle and not at 0, 0, so this should work now. If we set this to 0. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, how big is this? Okay, set it up here. Alright. Okay, yeah, just playing around with it a bit to get a feel. So let's see. This text also should be centered to the top left. Well, I guess the Y pivot could be in the middle of the button. Okay, so does this pivot? Oh, I see. Okay. I thought that if I put the anchors at 0, 0, then position 0 would also be over here. So I'm a little confused about that. Alright, well. Oh, it's because yeah, the text width is not, doesn't match the actual displayed text. It's quite a bit longer. It's 460. So I think in order to do that, I have to create a content size fitter. Alright, and there we go. And now that adjusts the width to the actual text. So we'll just do an offset. Okay, so now that works how I thought. Alright, so let's see. The text would be something like something like that. That's how we'll do the actual text. Maybe we should have, let's see, this will be the name. And then maybe on the right side of the button, we'd have another text that would display if both, like, which players actually have this mod. Let's see, this will be So the anchor for this would be on the right. Oh right, and then I need to change this pivot to 1. Okay, and then let's see how we want to. Maybe something better would be, or even, yeah, displayable. Maybe that should be like status. Okay, so let's jump into the scripting and start plugging in some stuff. Modless button, and this will be a class. Like instead of let's see, on the, trying to find it here, we have like 3 different messengers that control all the properties of the toggle buttons. I think here we'll just make one class that has all the different values you can set. So we have the name string, status string, private. Yeah, this would be like the order in the list. We can use that to position. I think that's all we'll need for now. Okay, and then since this is a GUI, we don't have to be super efficient. Oh, I just realized I forgot to tweet I was going live. Let me do that real quick. But anyway, so we'll just have one messenger, which will be basically on value change, and it will be called when any of these values are changed. Okay, so Sorry about that. Right, so we'll have one of these modless buttons for every... Oh, hi, Mlokik. Hope I pronounced that right. Maybe Losik. Oh wow, we've got 15 viewers. Thanks everybody for coming by, I appreciate it. Alright, so let's see. We'll probably want another class. Actually, we're gonna need like a list of these mod list buttons. And then the GUI will need to know when the list changes. Yeah, so we will need a container class for this. Let's call it the mod list, that seems fine. Private. So we'll have a list of the mod list buttons. Actually, maybe we should use a dictionary so that... I was gonna say so that the indexes stay the same, but I actually don't think that will matter. I'm just trying to think ahead to how we'll, like how the Unity GUI will hook into this list. Alright, and then we'll need a messenger. Well, probably. I doubt that we'll actually need this on value change messenger because I think that the whole mod list will basically change at once. One thing I was thinking is that maybe, where am I? Right here. This text could change to like selected or friends preference or something, which could happen when you press the button. So maybe we'll leave it there just in case. But we'll definitely need something here for our on list update. Alright. And then messenger. Okay, so now we'll go make another class, and this will be like the behind the scenes class that controls the interface. Let's see. So we'll need the scene so it can hook into the rest of the game. And then like we can go ahead and instantiate this mod list. scene. Then we'll go ahead and register it. Let's see. Well, I guess we should stay consistent. And register all the GUI things in here. So what do we call this? Yeah, GUI component keys. And then we'll have a new one. Alright. Okay, so now another thing we need to do is, like, how do we populate the list with all the possible mods? We have the loader for that. I think it's called the shallow mod loader. I'm trying to figure out where I put it. Oh, here. And what this does, it looks through your file system for every mod and just loads some generic information about it. But we see here that, I mean, it's possible that you might want to update your mods or something while the game is still running. Say if you see that your mod is out of date with the other players, then you would want to reload the list. So we need to make sure that we can change, or that we can update the listing of mods at any time. I guess I could just say populate. Alright, so let's see. So we call this function, it'll return us a list of all the mods it finds. To get this, we'll need to wait until the first scene to make sure it's, or wait until the first update to make sure it's loaded. Oh, I actually put it in the right spot. So mod searcher equals scene. Wait, is that a scene component or it's actually a game component, so look at this type. And then what did I call it? Table of contents load, okay. So now get a list of table of contents. Wait, so actually, what do we pass it? I guess the mod folder, huh? So probably should have that like in a standard, like the actual folder we'll use, we should put that in some kind of database so that we don't have to load it or type it out more than once in case we need to change it. Let's just make a new class to hold it, I suppose. Oh, I put the static in the wrong spot there. So I think what you want to do is if you return Unity, well, Unity has a pointer to its application folder. Let's see. So it has a data path, streaming assets path. Let's see. We'll use this one for now. I think this is for actually made for things like mods, so. Alright, and so this will combine those two paths together. So now we call the mod strings. Oh, right. Okay. What's it not like? Oh, is it not return a list? I think I must have gotten the yeah, I forgot to put a list here, so I got the type wrong. Let me because it doesn't return table of contents, actually returns a list of mod info. Oh wait, no, this is correct. This returns a table of contents for this specific mod. I see. I haven't, yeah, I was doing this wrong. I haven't actually created the function for this yet, or the remote function. So let's call it, actually we do this up here. Component keys. Alright, so I do have a deep load mod. Let's just say load mod. I guess we can just go search. Mod folder. So it turns a list of mod info. And requires a string argument. Okay. Let's see, and then we need to add this to setup list. This should actually be a scene component. does this actually get instantiated anywhere? No. So now let's go back to the lobby scene and add this. And then we'll need the mod list manager, so I'll go ahead and add that so I remember our controller. Alright, so now we need to change this to a list of mod info. Oh, spelled that wrong. Getting a bit of hiccups in my internet right now, sorry about that. Let's see, so okay, so now we have a list of all of the found mods, so we can mess with the mod list. Alright, so I need to save a reference to the mod list up here. Actually, yeah, we don't need to instantiate that. Actually, yeah, we don't need a setter for this at all. Okay, so basically there'll be 3 modes for this list. Well, I guess could even have 4, but the main ones would be the mods you have. Well, I guess you got 3. So the mods you have, the mods player 2 has, and then the mods that you both have that you could actually choose from. And you would press this button to cycle through. So let's see. Now, of course, obviously to get the mods that player 2 has, we'll have to wait for them to send that information over the network. What do we call this? Let's see, only mine, only player 2, and I guess we really shouldn't say, should say only other, and then common. Right now we'll just do this only mine. So, okay, so well, first we'll clear out the mod list, or the button list, probably a better name for it. In fact, let's rename this, I guess. Let's see, mod buttons. I'm really getting a lot of traffic today, so again, thanks everybody for watching. Let's see, Alright, so we'll cycle through all of the found mods and then we'll create a button for it. Wait, so I less than found mods count. So we'll need, let's see what I call it, mod list button. I think I'm gonna go ahead just so we won't have to worry about disposing the messenger. I'll have this modless button not include messengers. Because otherwise, where was I? Otherwise here, instead of just clearing, we need to cycle through all the buttons and dispose the messenger, which I guess isn't really that big of a deal, but this is cleaner, I think. So let's see. Name string. So the mod name and then the version. And author, so we'll do it. So let's see. Mod info equals found mods I. Display name, display version, and then author. And then the status string. Well, for now we don't know what the other player has, so let's type that for now. No, what else? The other is the order, which is equal to I. Actually, we should probably sort these mods maybe by the name. Do that. I think we can send it a function. I'm not sure. Let me see, how would you sort this alphabetically? There's probably an easy way. Okay, looks like this might work. Oh, what's it not like? Oh right, I have to return an integer. So if a is greater than b, then we return a 1. So if a is less than b, return -1, and otherwise we return 0 because they're the same. Oh right, this is we have to do the display name. Does this work? No, that doesn't work. gotta be an easy way to do it. This would come up very quick. Oh, okay, so it's just, I was almost right. Alright, it even returns an integer, so we just say string compare a display name. Right, that should work. So that will sort the mod list for us. Alright, so now we update this and we should call the mod buttons on list update messenger. So this looks good. I guess I'll just populate the list right here. Oh, actually we should do it, yeah, when the screen becomes visible. So let's see. State machine, and then it's component keys. Oh, no. I think it's this lobby screen. Screen interstate messenger. A simple listener actually. So why is it not like this? Oh, right. Right, so if lobby screen, if we enter either of the game pref screens, then we should sort the list or get the list. That's how we'll handle that. Okay, so now that we should go to the GUI side of things. Let's make the namespace. Okay, and then so we'll need to start. So we'll need the, I think this is called the mod list, isn't it? There we go. And we'll say that's good. Tools, game link, scene components. But actually, I just remembered we put it inside that other. The other component registry to clean things up, so I'll just steal some code from here. I gotta import these, right, and then there we go. Mod list. Okay, I think we're good. So now let's subscribe to the on-change messenger. Making lots of typos today. Alright, so I guess I don't need to do that. I'll just again, we can just call it make buttons. And then I'll call it right here just in case it gets initiated before we're ready. Alright, so we'll need a prefab for the mod button. Alright, game object. And then we should also keep a list of all the buttons. We should probably make a class for that, for the mod button as well. Let's see. Let's put the namespace again. Okay, so this will have a few. Basically, this class won't have any logic, it will just be a container for all the different components of the button. So it has a text. For the name text. Status text. And then play out the button itself. Alright, I'll go ahead and add it here. I guess it's not showing up because of this error. good. Right now it should show in the list, I think. So now we'll just drag these to the fields. We can go ahead and make the prefab for it. There we go. Actually, I wonder how, like, if it will automatically set these values correctly when it parents to this content. We'll have to see. Alright, so for every button, I need to instantiate an actual GUI button. So it'll actually be a lobby mod button. Equals instantiate. See, can I spell this the first time? Almost. Game object, and then we pass this mod button prefab, and the parent, which is us, or this object. Does that not work? Oh right, and then I have to say get component to get the lobby mod button. And then we'll also need I guess we'll just do this the simpler way. Vector 2. This is like the button offset, and then this will be like the increment for each button, the spacing downwards. It's new. Oh wait, no, that's not how it works. It's new vector 2. Actually, we can do it like this. So it's a button offset plus 0 button y increment times what would be the modless button. Let's get that actually. What did I call it? Oh, modless button. Okay. Info. So button info, wait, actually paste it instead of copy it there. Button info dot order. Oh, what's it? Oh right, we have to call buttons. So we also need to set the text. Name text equals, well, it's just the button info because we already formatted it correctly, so that's easy. And the good thing about Unity's GUI system is that the text will automatically re-anchor itself correctly. Okay, just a second, let me get some water. I just realized what song this was. Probably one of my favorite areas in Metroid 3, or Metroid Prime 3. Alright, so... are we ready to test it? I guess we can try and see. Let's see what... so it's 8, -8. I'll go ahead and plug that in. 8. And then to find out how we want... what we want the increment to be... let's try 32, so -40. That actually looks pretty good. So yeah. So the increment is -32. Right, and I think we can delete this. Did I already set this up? Transition, okay. So something's not right here, let's see. Shallow mod loader set up at 29. Let's see what it's complaining about. Okay, so it's saying the table of contents isn't set up. Oh, hey RD Atten. Thanks for coming by. Alright, so this is a mono behavior, not actually part of the logic, so I guess I need to set up something up here. That's good enough. I'm not sure why I made it that way, but what's done is done. Is it the same thing? This is shallow mod loader at 29. Let's try that again. Okay, yeah, it is still complaining about that. Okay, yeah, this doesn't get called right away. Wait. Well, I don't really want to take the time to convert it over, so I'll just kind of do this a lazy way. I'll leave this here in case. Oh, that is a pain. The scene, okay. Now what? Simple scene, enter. Modless controller setup at 37. Oh, it's the same thing, but this... oh yeah, but I forgot to change this. It should actually be mod search. Oh wait, now 57. Modless controller line 37. Is that the same thing? Yeah. Okay, so it says the component's not registered. I register it right there. Yeah, I know I definitely instantiated the object. Oh, yeah, okay, so it's the scene component, it's not the game component. The difference is scene components get disposed when we exit the scene, so that's why they're two separate lists. Alright, so what's it not like now? So they tries to register the component twice. Table of contents loader. Maybe I made two table of contents loaders. So this is often. There must be another one somewhere. Let's see. Okay, so it's actually added here. So yeah, I just don't need to. Wait, let's turn off that search. I just don't need to have it there. I don't remember doing that, but. I think we're finally ready. Right now it's still a little bugged. Oh wait, okay, it does wait. I was gonna say if you try to host a game, sometimes it lets you go right through without connecting to anybody, but I guess that's fixed. So now it's trying to. Alright, so it says I can't find that folder. Let's see what's it called? Mods. I want to just have it be in the same position we already have the mod set up. Alright, it's down here. Mod strings, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, so this will be, I guess let's if Unity editor I think now this will. Okay, I'm just gonna have it. I'm just gonna hard code in the folder we have for now. Okay, so we don't actually have a mods folder. We should probably fix that. Well, if we're gonna do this, why not just do it in streaming assets, I suppose. Chess assets, streaming assets, okay, so... But that did bring up a good point that we probably should make sure that it doesn't crash if it can't find the folder. Well, that'll be part of the mod validation, so we'll do that in the future. But I guess I'll go ahead and make a little note here for me. Let's see. Don't crash if mod folder not found. So now we have the mod folder there, so it should be happy. Okay, so let's see, what's this problem? Got a null object. Come on, Unity, you can load it. I believe in you. Well, it's modless controller 43. Oh, this is a problem. Alright, so mod buttons is null. Oh, because I forgot to rename this variable. Okay. Third time's the charm. Alright, so it got through, but now nothing's displayed. And also, like I said, it lets you go through without actually being connected to another player, which is... I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but that's good for testing, I suppose, so I'm not going to try and fix it right now. But I should probably write a note so I don't forget. I'll put it up at the top. Lobby host menu. Transfers to game prefs without a connection. Should say fix. So let's see. So since the button wasn't getting created, so there's a couple problems. That could be either no mods were found or there's some bug. Oh, well, I already noticed something here. Again, I forgot to add the button to the mod buttons list. I do that way too often. That could be our problem, so let's try it one more time. Okay, so now it's there, but the position's all messed up. I did put the anchors right, but the position is not correct at all. I'm surprised it works like that because I set the parent in the instantiate call. So let's not set this and just see what the position is by default. Oh, I just remembered we haven't done networking for these buttons yet, but that's okay, this is more fun. Okay, so yeah, it sets it kind of in a weird place. So the anchors are on the top left. It actually, no, that's right. The pivot is right too. It just seems like it doesn't update right away. It's kind of annoying. Let's just do something hacky right now to see if it works. Alright, now I also need to add the button to the button list, I just realized. Okay, I'm not gonna worry, like, normally you would want to, like, I'm just gonna destroy all these buttons. Normally you'd want to cache the button so that you wouldn't have to create a whole new one every time, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Too much spaces. So we got game object destroy button, and then clear the buttons list. Okay, so here all I want to do is just button equals. I just want to set the position every frame to see if that, like, if you just need to wait one frame for the position to be correct. Okay, so now it's way down there. Why? Didn't think I'd have to work so much on just the button positions, but let's see. Okay, so it's here. When I set it here, but for some reason when I set it one frame later, it puts it in a weird spot. I wonder if you have to set the transform differently for GUI things since they use a rect transform. Seems like it still works. Oh, you know what? This needs to be, yeah, local transform, not our local position. That's a silly mistake. The difference is, yeah, these values are set relative to the parent and not globally. Okay, yeah, that was it. Okay. So now we have that all set up. Let's see. Okay, I guess now, yeah, let's get clicks from the buttons. So we do mod list. This is what we're trying to get. We'll have another messenger. So on button click, and then it would read, no, on button click. Then it returns the index of the button. Oh wait, I did that wrong. Okay, so we also need to have a value here for the index. And this will set it right here. I guess really this list index is the same as the order, pretty much, but I'll keep them separately in case for some reason that's not. And then here we need to register for the click event. Let's say on mod button click. Oh right, I always do this. So now I can generate the method. I'll put it down here. So we got the button index. Okay, so now that we have that, figure out what would we do with it. I guess we would just change the status and things to selected, but before we do all that, let's make another mod. That'll basically just be empty, but well, let's be a little bit more fun with the name. We will need to make a checkers mod in the future, so. Okay, and then I doing? Just delete all that. And then rename this to checkers mod. We don't need this, it's just from Unity. Okay, so the checkers mod, yeah, we'll just make it a dummy mod for now. It won't actually have any information really except the name. We can leave that, I guess. Okay, so the name is checkers. So what's the date today? The 28th. Okay, and might as well make one more. Can't really think of another board game that you can actually model in this. I guess we'll just call it cat chess. Change some stuff up. Okay. So now let's see if it detects all those mods. And it does. Right, and they're all sorted correctly too. So, that was easy. I was expecting something to go wrong, but okay, so let's move on. I guess maybe we can do some networking stuff. So how would we send over, or rather what information would we send over about every mod? Network mod list. I think it needs to be serializable. Okay, so I guess it would need pretty much all the information that's in the down here in the mod info. Where is that? Oh, right here. Well, we wouldn't need the file path. It'd need the name, display version, numeric version, and author. Let's see, and then I guess it actually would need to send over the folder name, because that's how it tells if the mods are equal, or if they are the same. Well, it's not the file path, it'd be, I guess, let's say if they have the same table of contents. then they would be the same mod. And so if this is equal, then they, because we need to have the mod be the same and the numeric version be the same for you to be able to play a mod together. Right, so this is actually a mod list entry. And then this the mod list would just have an array, because again we can't send over generic lists over the network. Spell please. There we go. I'm pretty sure this will send over. So mod list manager. So it will have a I guess it shouldn't really cache this, because probably it should ask the other player to generate this list every time you try to every time you reload the list. Oh, where is it? Right here. Oh, I'm in the. This is the wrong object. But we can cache this list, I think. So yeah, let's pull this out. There we go. Because every time you repopulate the list, you wouldn't need to go and load up all this data. And then let's go ahead and just make this, because we'll know we'll need it. Network mod list. Generate mod list for network. Or I'll just say generate network mod list. So stop bothering me, I'll just go ahead and return this now. Alright, so the count, or the entry count, is this same as found mods count. That's not how you do that actually. So it's new network mod list entry. Right. And then I equals 0, I less than found mods count. Plus mod info equals found mods I. And then we just create a new entry. Right, so let's maybe actually here we should also just have a table of contents path. But we actually don't know that because the table contents query takes care of that itself. Okay, so yeah. The easy way would just be to add a maybe we just use the name to see if the mods are equal. Maybe we should add something else. Yeah, so we'll just use the name and we'll have a separate display name. I think that makes more sense. That way we won't have to be dependent on the file system. I didn't think about that actually. Right, so this mod info we should add. So here we'll just rename this also. Alright. And we have to send all this over because we don't know if the other player will have this information. Oops, I always do that. It's a comma. Is that everything? Yeah, it's 5 entries. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and add a remote function so that the network controllers can request this network mod list. Scene components. Oh, it doesn't care. And component keys. Let's say get network mod list. Then do remote function. So we return the network mod list, and that's all. Right, that's good. Generate enumeration member. Right, so that's good. Alright, so when will we need to ask for this? Basically, every time we reload the mod list, I think. And then of course the game will also need, right before it starts, like right before it starts to actually load the game, I'll need to do it one more time to make sure neither player tried to be sneaky and delete the mod to throw the game off or something. So, trying to think about how we'll do it, because even if you're in this mode where it just shows the mods you have, the status text changes depending on if the other player has the mod or not. So I guess the status could just stay as you have until it gets that information. Maybe we won't bother with this different listings, except probably we'll just change this. Like, we'll always sort for mods that you both have. They'll be first in this list. And then this would be, maybe you can, I don't know, hide mods you don't have. That might work better. Yeah, so I think we'll do that. Let's go ahead and see, private. Last network mods we received. So we'll need a better sort function. Wait, sort mod list. Let's see. Okay, so this is interesting because right now this we're just sorting the found mod list directly, but now we actually need to combine that with the network mods. So let's make, instead of just I mean, we could technically use this mod info, I think, because it, like, the network mod info is kind of a subset of this mod info, meaning that mod info contains everything in the network mods plus more. But I think it would be better if we have our own little class. What do we call it? I want to call it mod info, but that's already taken. I'll just call it mod for now, I guess. So again, we'll have all this. We should probably have maybe not that. So this would say if both players have this mod. that's not good actually, because both players might have the mod, but the version could be different. Guess maybe we'll use this status. Alright, so unknown. And playable would be both players have the mod and they're the same version. These would be if both players have the mod, but the versions are mismatched. Let's call this local, it sounds better. These are if only I or only the other player has the mod. I think that's all possibilities. So we don't need this local copy anymore. Alright, so let's need to combine the mods together. Okay, yeah, I was just thinking if we hide the, well, I guess we can. I was just thinking, how do we hide the other mods, but I think we would just exclude them from this list altogether. Alright, so we'll need a dictionary, which is basically a name map like we've used before, but it maps a mod name to the index and the completed list, so that way when we go through the network mods we can just look it up that way. So alright, and we should change this to local mods. And we'll need another list for the combined mod list. So we'll clear it. So first we go through all the local mods, because they'll always be included in this list. Add. Right, so let's see. File path. Yeah, let's get the mod info local equals local mods. I local file path, and then mod name is local mod name, and so on. Numeric version. Display name. Display version. then finally author. Right, so what else do we have? Just the network status, and so for now we'll just set it to only local. And then the name map, the local mod name equals I. And then if network or last network mods does not equal null, which means we've received some information from the network. Oh wait, and also, oh well, yeah, we'll wait for that. So for int I equals 0, I less than last network mods, entries length I++. So network mod list entry network mods entries I. And so what we'll do here, first we'll see what the local index is. So the name map, try get value, network mod name, out, local index. Right, so if it does get this information, then all we need to do is update the network status. Local index. Well, the network status could be different depending on the version, so let's see. Local index. So if mod numeric version is greater than the network numeric version, then the status becomes other out of date. So if m numeric version is less than network numeric version, the network status becomes mine is out of date. Why did not give me the pop-up? Oh, I'm saying numeric version. Network status. So otherwise it's playable because they both match up. Right. And then, so if there's no local index, then that means that we don't have a local copy of this mod, so we only want to load this into the list if hide non-local mods is false. Let's just change this, show network mods. It's a bit less of a double negative. Alright, so then we need to basically create a new entry here. Alright, so file path is null because it's on the network, so and then we change this to only other. I think we're done there. I just realized that since we changed this mod name, or we changed to using the mod name as the key for this, we could have two mods that use the same name. Trying to decide what we should do if that happens. probably what I would do is we just throw out the older versions. So let's work on that real quick. Let's see, so we need another dictionary. This will be basically another name map, but yeah, we'll need it to see to compare versions. So for each, we should go index 0 I less than local mods count. And since we're removing it from local mods, it'll also be removed from the network mod list, so that's good. I guess we never should really trust something that is given to us over the internet, so we'll get to that in a bit. Alright, so local mods. Alright, so name map. Well, first, prev index. Name map. Try get value. Local mods. Mod name. Out. Previous index. Alright, so if there's two mods with the same name, we want to compare the well, I just realized that if we're gonna, we need to iterate backwards through here since we're gonna remove entries. So it's I greater than or equal to 0 and I minus minus. Okay, so there's two with the same. Let's see. So prev version equals local mods previous index dot numeric version, and I guess it should be I version local mods I numeric version. So if the I version is greater than the previous version, oh, I spelled that wrong. Okay, so in this case, we replace the name map. To this. And then we remove the previous index from the list. So otherwise, we just remove this index from the list. And since we're iterating backwards, it's okay to remove from this list while we're working on it, because we would have already passed these values. So that gets rid of that. Well, I guess I was gonna. It doesn't really matter if there's duplicate mods in this list. Like, say for some reason somebody hacked and wanted to put a million duplicate entries, because it doesn't actually matter, because we can't play any mods that we don't have anyway. So. I guess we should maybe put an upper cap on here. I don't know. Theoretically, somebody could maybe send you 1 million mods and then it would freeze your game or something, but well. Probably being a little paranoid, but I'd say more than 100 mods. Okay, so oh, I guess that's a pretty good stopping point at 6 o'clock. It's a shame we couldn't actually get to testing this, but quite a bit of logic done, so that's nice. So yeah, well, we had a lot of viewers for a while there, so yeah, thanks everybody for coming and watching. We'll pick up where we left off tomorrow, and so we'll actually send this information over the network and update the list as needed. And what else? We'll need to do a couple more buttons. Let's see what we're missing. Yeah, this, and then we have to do the ready status. That's not that difficult. And I think I didn't actually do the network messages for the turn order yet either, but this mod list is by far the most complicated. Luckily Unity has a really good scrollable area, so that's nice to see. But anyway, thanks again for everybody coming out. I'll be back tomorrow. I guess please follow my stream to be notified when I go live. And again, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it, so I can get a custom URL. But hope to see you all tomorrow, and have a good night. Bye bye.